Good evening, good afternoon, good night, and good morning. Welcome to a brand new live episode of Millionaire M.A.N Cave right here on Relationship Entertainment Television, better known as RATV. We appreciate y'all for tuning in because you could have chose to be anywhere else but here. As you can see, we even got missing spots today. Wait a minute, y'all. It's just all missing. That guy over there and actually somewhere down next to Mike.
Yep.
I don't know what.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
We gonna make it do what it do. Y'all know, hey, it's Man Cave though. Seriously, real talk. So with Man Cave, it's y'all sneak peek into a real live Man Cave, and nobody show up on time. You know, people show up on CP time. So you know how we gonna make it do what it do. Hopefully, fingers crossed. We're supposed to have some special guests coming through tonight. So we'll see if they even show up tonight as well. Because tonight we're talking about men's self-care is what we actually talking about tonight. So we got a lot of stuff to actually get through. All that good stuff. Y'all know what we usually do. We do the word to the wise. We do. Oh, Mike, you recommended a new segment. I think we're gonna try to talk to John about starting that up.
Snap. I don't remember what it was.
I'm gonna see if he gonna do it. The Black Twitter update. There was something. I'm gonna talk to John. We gonna talk to John to see if John can give us that Black Twitter update.
He always got his ear to Black Twitter, man.
Black Twitter and everywhere else, but like John know everything else that's going on. So I have no clue what the heck is going on. How in the world? Yeah, I'm completely confused. Good? I'm sorry.
John said I'm on it.
John said he on it. Yeah, he is. No, I'm okay. Sorry, our guest is in a whole nother StreamYard stream, and I don't know how they got to a whole nother StreamYard stream. So we have to figure out how we can get our guest over here with us. And once we do that, then we will get the show actually started. But anyway, in the meantime, in between time, I apologize. It's live. We're gonna make it do what it do. As always, I couldn't do the show without the people that's on the air with me right now, or at least the one that's sitting on the screen with me right now. Anyway, my brother from another mother, Millionaire Mike, is in the building. What's going on, Mike?
Hey man, I'm chilling, dog. It's Tuesday night. You know where I am. Everybody knows where I am on Tuesday night at 8, right here in the building.
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm inside because it was too windy outside this week and last week. So I'm itching to get back outside, but it's all good. It's too windy, and I don't want the interference from the wind in the microphone.
My question is, what's been going on with the weather in general? John gonna rub it in for real. Hey, fellas from Florida, really? As we sit here and talk about the weather, but what's going on with the weather in general? Because it was super hot a week or two ago, and all of a sudden now it's just got cold.
It was 80 degrees for a couple of days about a week and a half ago, maybe last week.
And right now my phone says it's 39.
Yeah, dude. That's what it was this morning when I got up. It was 30 something. I was like, what?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
John. Oh, it's cool. It was define cool, John.
What's cool?
I bet you it ain't DMV cool, New York cool, or one of them other cool.
Define I know it ain't cool. DMV cool.
Right. Define cool, because I'm going to New York later on this week, and it ain't cool. It's cold up in New York last time I checked. So But
to answer your question, I don't know what's going on with Mother Nature, man. It's I saw this meme today. It was news forecast. And on the guy, it was a cartoon guy, and he was winter's back on. Wait, it's just in. It's off. No, it's back on. It's just back and forth. That's what's going on.
That is crazy because, that's crazy. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me do this right quick. Sorry, because obviously Mr. Reasonable, I can't even ask him how he's doing because he ain't over there. 60 to 70 degrees, John. Never mind. I ain't going to say what I want to say.
Yeah, that ain't cool.
That ain't cool at all. But we're going to take a quick early commercial because I got to go figure something out right quick.
Welcome to What's Going On? My name is Demeter Joe. Each Wednesday, you can find me here at 3 p.m. I'll be over here discussing different things that are going on and try to bring you a boost of positivity for your week because we all need this. We're going to share some feel-good stories. We might find a hometown hero. We may take a look at some trending topic. And sometimes we might even find a lesson in a not-so-warm and fuzzy story if we can. I'm Damina Joe, and I'll see you guys on the next episode right here on What's Going On?
Tune in to Millionaire M.A.N. only on Relationship Entertainment Television, Tuesdays at 8 p.m.
What's going on, y'all? Sorry about that. We had to take a quick commercial so I can get some things straight right quick. Apologize about that delay. I don't know where the hell Don. Let's just do that. Let's just get rid of Donnell. He wants to bring himself back because we missing everything's out of whack this week. So you know what, Mike? I'm blaming this on John. I'm blaming this on
how
John.
we do though. This is man cave, dog.
John, I'm blaming it on you.
People are in and out. You know.
Exactly. But I'm blaming this on John because this is supposed to be John who was actually supposed to be here this week, and Nicole was over there telling John to enjoy his family trip. And John is in Florida, sunny Florida at that, with 60 to 70 degree weather. And all of a sudden he decides that shoulder shrug. Whatever you say, we don't care. We're going to move on with the show any damn how. We do have special guests this week. And so before we actually get into our hot topics like we usually do, all that other good stuff, let me do a quick introduction. Actually, I'm just going to let you know, tonight we're talking about self-care. Which we, as you know, we usually get into a little bit later in the show. So we'll get to our hot topics. We'll talk about self-care. Hopefully by that point in time, we'll have a word to the wise, all that good stuff. Then we'll just have a hell of a show. It is what it is. Like Mike said, this Millionaire Man Cave, there is no rhyme or reason to it. This is y'all sneak peek behind the closed doors of a man cave. And as a matter of fact, we usually don't have women in the cave, but tonight we do have some women that will be coming on the show, and for a very specific reason, because we will be talking about men's self-care, and they do some stuff when it comes to around men and self-care and all that other good stuff. So without any further ado, let me go ahead and introduce Miss Sheena Pickett to the show, as she will be joining us. Hey, Miss Sheena, how are you?
Hola, I am fine. How are you doing?
We are well. I'm well. I can't speak for Mike, but I'm well.
What's up, Sheena?
Peace. What's going on, Millionaire Mike? Thank you so much for having me.
We appreciate you for coming on. We appreciate you for coming on, especially last minute. Now, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I invited Sheena pretty much last minute, like literally last night, and was like, hey, I see what you do. And this is our topic for the week, and would love to have you on. And so here she is. So we appreciate you for coming on, Miss Sheena.
Yes, the power of technology.
Exactly. So the way that we usually do this show, Sheena, there's usually like 5 other people on the show with us. No, there's usually like 2. And 2 of them are missing, which is cool. One of them is on vacation, and the other one we don't know where the hell he is. But so
he got kidnapped.
He got kidnapped, exactly. But we go through our hot topics. We talk about our hot topics for the week, and then we get into our show and all that good stuff. And so, speaking of hot topics, did either one of y'all watch the Oscars like Sunday night?
Through the shade room. That's how no, not really.
I totally forgot it was on, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I usually do, I usually do try to watch these award shows because I like to keep up with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I was watching LA Confidential Sunday night.
Gotcha. I'm not a big award show fan, as it's just not. I don't know. I'm used to the awards like back in the day, the BET Awards, the Source Awards, all them, good awards, that actually made sense to me. And now I just really don't care to watch any of the awards. I will say I did watch. Who was it? Had the tribute to 50 years of hip hop, like a couple.
I think that was BET.
Was that the BET Awards?
I think so.
All I watched. I watched that little 5-minute tribute to the hip hop joint, and that was it.
Yeah, it's been a while since I watched the award show. It's not the same. It's not the same anymore. So I haven't been really interested in watching award shows for a minute.
I'm just not a fan of award shows, black, white, indifferent. I just don't care for the whole awards thing. And it doesn't make it, it also makes a difference for the simple fact that the award show was on daylight savings time. So I don't think it was on Sunday, and daylight savings time was Saturday night going into Sunday.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of daylight savings time. I don't know how y'all do when it comes to daylight savings time, but I'm not a fan of, especially spring forward, fall backwards. We had the spring forward, which means we lost.
Yeah, that's the one I don't like.
Yeah,
I needed to go.
I don't like losing my hour of sleep, y'all. I don't.
But do you technically lose an hour? I mean, yes, you do. But don't you make it up like the next day because you go to bed like an hour technically earlier?
It don't feel like it.
I don't know about that, Ty. I think you just lose it.
I mean, no, but don't you? Okay, so if you lose, all right, it goes back at 2:00 Sunday morning, technically, right? Sunday morning, so you go back, you lose that, and it goes back to like 1:00, whatever. I don't know, whatever it is. But then that next night, if you have a set bedtime, specifically if it's on a Sunday, most people try to get up and go to work and whatnot. Aren't you now going to bed an hour earlier?
So
no,
technically.
Would it be what, 9:00 now or 7:00?
Like, right. Technically, it would be 9:00 now because we went back. No, we fell forward. So technically it would be 7:00.
It's
right?
7.
Yeah. Right now it'd be 7.
Nicole said you can't make up time. You're right, you can't. But at the same time, if you going to sleep, you going to sleep. I mean, you going to sleep an hour. Shit, I'm confused now. So
you're confusing me, dog.
I had this whole conversation in my head, and I was like, yeah, like if you go to sleep earlier, then technically you're not losing that hour, so you should really be good either way it happens. But in this case, I don't think that it makes much sense in my own head anymore. So we're gonna move right on to the next daggone topic. Okay, so do y'all actually watch
the Oscars, man? The Oscars.
The Oscars, yes, I know. Keisha said right. You can't make it up. So I know, but no. Forget the Oscars. BET. We were talking about BET last week. We talked about the fact that Tyler Perry and my man Byron Allen are in process of trying to make bids for BET. But did y'all see Good Morning America last week where Deborah Lee was on Good Morning America about her new book?
No, I heard about it, but I didn't see it. So
in that interview, which I thought was kind of weird that she actually revealed this during her interview, that I didn't know that her and Bob Johnson actually had a affair with one another. And that's pretty much how she got the position that she got in BET.
Yes.
I didn't
know.
Well,
I ain't gonna say that's how she got the position, but I will say that they were like, but they were like, she couldn't get out of what she wanted because she was afraid she couldn't get out of her relationship with him because she would have lost the job.
Then she got the position she got because she was with the ball. Because if she would have got out of it, then he'd have fired her.
Oh, I need to get this book. What's the title of this book?
I will tell you in 2.5 seconds because I'm about to look it up because you didn't. Y'all didn't know this.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about it. I heard last week on one of the morning shows, radio, one of the Ricky Smiley, I think they were talking about it.
It's called I Am Deborah Lee.
I Am Deborah Lee. Okay, I might need to put that on my reading list this
It's
month.
her memoir that she actually has out there. I'm about to put it on the screen in 2.5 seconds. But yeah, she actually has a memoir called I Am Deborah. Don't look at my my Amazon account and see what I got in my Amazon. But yeah, I Am Deborah Lee. I will tell you now, I probably have a ton of stuff in my daggone Amazon account that y'all probably don't need to worry about. But yeah, it's called I Am Deborah Lee.
Okay, cool. And it's an audio version. I audio my book, so I'm definitely gonna get that.
That's what's up.
Most people, yeah, I don't. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big book reader. So I ain't gonna front like I am. But most people don't even have time to get to the whole reading of books. So a lot of times people do. I listen to. If I do read a book, it is via audio, like you just said.
Right.
Keisha sounds like she's either seen the book or seen the interview because she said, "What a mess." So I'm assuming that I need somebody to tell me actually what happened between her and Bob Johnson and the fact that he pretty much blackmailed her into keeping that job. And what the fact is, both of them was married at the time. I didn't know that.
Yeah, yes.
Both of them was married. She had a husband and he had a wife, and they had an affair with each other. She
now
couldn't
they're both
leave the
divorced.
relationship.
Are they together? Are they still with their significant others?
No, they're both divorced now.
Okay.
But Mike, you do know.
Yeah, well, I only know what I heard on the radio, and they went in on it.
Now say, Mike, you got me over here. Now I'm over here Googling to figure out where Deborah Lee and Bob Johnson, because I didn't know they had a relationship in the first place. I just thought that she just became CEO of BET because he stepped down.
But she was originally TV One, right? That was her platform, right?
Yeah. Yes. TV One, Radio One, all the ones was her.
Yes.
And then she made the jump over to BET, where all what happened over with BET.
Okay.
Right.
So I am thoroughly confused by the fact that this happened and why she released this on Good Morning America instead. From my understanding, it is actually in her book. So if you do seem to happen to listen and or read the book, we will have to have you back on so we can discuss.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna read the book. And she's doing it for sale. She got us talking about it. So
yeah, it's working.
Her book, right?
Exactly. Obviously, it definitely is working because we are talking about it. So we will see what happens. Wait, hold on. What'd she say? I didn't know who's worth her of Irv Gotti. What Irv Gotti do?
I saw that comment and I was like, what's up with Irv Gotti?
So my understanding of Irv Gotti is that, recent news is, back in the day, him and Ashanti had a relationship.
Yes. Okay.
And so she was underage, I think. And this is all allegedly or whatever. But now recently, he just sold the catalog to like all her records and things like that. So, but I don't know the connection between this and that. But
what's making him ratchet? That's what I want to know.
Interesting. I didn't know that. So he sold her. So wait, I know she was, and so was he hollering for money or what?
He sold their catalog for like over $200 million.
What?
And he still owned her publishing and all of that. So he sold the masters and things of that sort without. I don't think she had any say in it. Or she couldn't do anything because she didn't own anything.
I know. I want to say she remade all of her music for that reason, so that way she could actually have, I guess, the masters to whatever she remade.
Is it the same though?
I know Taylor Swift did it last year. Somebody else did it as well. Told his password. Well, yeah, he did do. Yeah,
so was she underage?
Was she? I don't remember because I know. So was it BET? I don't know. I gotta ask my wife because I know she watched it. Somebody recently, about a couple months ago, did a whole behind the scenes documentary on Murder Inc. And of course they talked about Irv Gotti, talked about Ja Rule, they talked about Ashanti, they talked about all their beef and stuff they had with 50 and all that stuff like that. And I really don't recall whether she was underage, but I know he pretty much said that he did have a relationship with her, and she came out and said no, she didn't. So. I don't know who's actually being truthful and who's telling the truth. And I mean, would you really want your business out there like that? I mean, when it comes to like that type of environment, I wouldn't. Like
No,
me personally, I would hate it. Like if, let's say, I become big and famous, like at some point in later in time, and somebody goes, I slept with that dude. I know him. And this is exactly what happened. Guess what? I'm going to deny the hell out of it too.
But this generation is different. They don't care. They let it all out this generation.
That's
There's
right.
no like privacy and no, keep it between you and us. No kiss and tell. So who knows?
It's the whole social media thing. Everybody you can't do anything without being on social media. Matter of fact, Sheena, last week we was talking, and I know one of our another co-hosts, John, was actually on the show, and he was like, the one thing he hates is when people go to restaurants and they take out their phones and start taking pictures of their food. Like, why the hell do people take pictures of their food instead of just actually digging in and just eating? And I'm just like, it's because it's food. Like
it's food. And people are getting paid to be food critics. Now everybody's a food critic. They go to restaurants taking pictures and do their little TikToks, and you never know what can hit and explode.
Yeah, so we shall see what happens. So Keisha said he showed his punk side about being in his feelings about her and Nelly. But Nelly, so from my understanding, I heard that her and Nelly potentially possibly had another rekindle lately as well.
Yeah, I think that's when it all came out.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it all came up because Nelly got back with her, and Irv must be back in his feelings again.
So Nelly did get back with her.
That's the last that I heard.
Oh.
It's funny. So let me give preference to this. So Sheena, let me tell you about the show. For those that know, we didn't do a pre-show, and so usually I tell people, our guests, pre-show all about the show and all this other stuff. So this is y'all sneak peek behind the closed doors of a man cave. And so we literally come on here. We talk about anything and everything. We talk about topics. We have people sending videos for their questions. We do question of the week. We have word to the wise. We got man codes. We got a whole bunch of stuff that we actually just sit around and we literally around the same way we talk via our chat and all of the stuff like that. We got a text group. We got a group on Facebook. The same way we talk is the same way we do right here for about an hour and a half every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time on Relationship Entertainment Television. Black-owned network. Got to get that part in.
There it is.
Exactly.
There it is.
So sometimes, yes, us dudes, we do kind of get into the little gossip, because we trying to figure stuff out. And they be like, guys, we don't gossip. Yeah, some dudes do gossip, and not necessarily we gossip. We just like finding out. Like I like Nelly. I used to like BET. So those are the conversations that we usually have conversations about. So that's how we got it. Keisha said supposedly they are back together. I don't know. The last thing I saw Nelly was in like New Amsterdam or one of them other places, high as a kite, trying to sing one of his songs. That was the last thing I heard from Nelly. But that is pretty interesting. If they did choose to get back together, that is pretty interesting. But question, what do y'all think about, or what would you do? Or let me ask this better. Would you sleep with somebody or would you stay with somebody just to get a promotion in your job or a job?
Hell no.
You wouldn't, Mike? You wouldn't leave machine?
No.
I'd hit it and quit it.
What if it was a situation like Bob Lee where, you in a situation, oh, girl, she tried to blackmail you. You tell her, all right, well, you know what? I mean, Bob Johnson, where all of a sudden, you try to quit. And then all of a sudden, you can't quit because he holding your job or she holding your job above your head.
Let the chips fall where they fall. Like, nah, I'm not.
You wouldn't do it either?
No, I mean, but in that situation, they were both like technically wrong. So it wasn't like, she could have turned the tables on him and blackballed him versus, who knows. But I feel like I got a level of integrity that I'm not getting ready to go out like that.
So what about in the situation of Nelly and Ashanti? I mean, not Nelly and Ashanti. Ashanti and Irv, where she was signed to Irv. And not saying that she slept with him to get the deal, and I heard the doorbell, so we got another guest we about to drop in a second. But in that case where she that's an assumption. So let me not assume. I was going to assume. Let me not assume. I'm like in Ashanti case. Yeah, she say she didn't do it, and he say he didn't do it for her to get on. But I kind of beg to differ. I think sometimes in those cases lines get blurred. And you never know what is what.
And people are quick to believe that a woman, for whatever reason, people are quick to believe that a woman sleeps her way in, and that ain't always the case.
That
may
ain't
not
always the case.
That may not always.
Sometimes it is, and sometimes it's not. But
Gotcha. We got another guest that's actually coming on tonight. Oh, who's also talking about men's self-care tonight as well. Miss Bethany Butler is in the building with us tonight. How are you doing, Miss Bethany?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Mike, guess who else decided he wanted to show back up? That guy, aka Darnell.
Yo, dog, we thought you were kidnapped. We put an APB out on you.
He on mute now. He can't even. He like, you know what? I ain't even gonna talk. He not. You on mute, Darnell. And you still on mute, Darnell. Okay,
that's the last thing. That's the last thing that's gonna happen in this house.
He said that's the last thing. So I was
did
asking.
I miss the? Did I miss my cadence?
Yes, you did. You completely missed it by like 30 minutes. So we gonna don't worry, we coming back to you. But Keisha was saying that she would absolutely not sleep with anybody unless there was the NDA. Actually,
you said what? She
Keisha
would do not what?
She said not unless the NDA was fine. So if you had been on the show, Daniel. So the question
was,
all you doing is bringing the audience back up to speed.
Yes, sir. Audience who was not here. No, but the question I'm gonna ask Bethany too. Would you sleep with somebody, specifically your boss, in order to get a raise or promotion in your job?
I would not.
She was
unless
quick
an NDA.
Quick. She said, unless it's the NDA sign. At least she being honest.
No, I would not.
At all. Not with this. So does it matter if it's the money? Like if somebody was offering you, was like, you know what? Because we was actually talking about the whole the Bob Johnson, Deborah Lee situation from BET. Yeah. And then we went to Ashanti and Nelly, and Irv Gotti. Yeah, their whole situation that they got going on. So out of just curiosity, Bethany answered quick and said she absolutely would not. Donnell, would you? I know you got your mouth full of food.
Without what?
Sleep your way up.
You sleep your way to the top.
It depends on how she look.
Man answer.
But this is Man Cave, so
that's honest.
Y'all sneak peek is anything goes on Man Cave. This is y'all sneak peek for an hour and a half into a Man Cave where we talk about anything and everything. I was just telling Shane a minute ago. We got a text group, we got a Facebook group, we got a little bit of everything that that we actually communicate with. And sometimes us guys, I ain't gonna say we gossip, but we do get into a little bit of what actually goes on in the news and the hot topics and so forth.
Yes.
We don't call it gossip, we call it rap.
Thank you. Exactly. Let me rap for a minute. But women.
I like to know what's going on in the world.
Women call it gossip, so we got to put it in their terms, especially since we got a couple.
Nah, women call it tea these days.
That's right. Spill the tea.
Spilling the tea.
So, matter of fact, Sheena said she gonna read Deborah Lee book and she gonna spill the tea once she find out what actually happened between her and Bob Johnson. Because I want to know what all happened in BET that none of us happens to know about. And I'm not saying not saying she slept her way to the top, because I don't think that she did. But she did say that when she tried to get out of the relationship, because both of them was actually having an affair on their spouses, that she couldn't get out of it because he pretty much blackmailed her to prevent her from leaving the relationship.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That's the reason why I said I wouldn't do it, because it makes the job or the raise or whatever too fragile. When you don't get it on your own merit, you don't have anything to stand on. Exactly.
But at the same time, you also got somebody that can hold something over your head, in which that also creates a whole nother dynamic that they can, if they decide to have a conscience one day and say, I'm going to HR because or I quit, or they quit the job and somebody else find out. I don't know. It's just I'm with you. My answer is no. I'm not doing it. Never have, never will, and don't plan on to anytime soon, unless my wife is my boss. How about that? How about that? Yeah, exactly. Did y'all hear about
this? She was the brat.
You know what, Donnell? So, Donnell, let's clarify this. All right, Dak Nabbit. Let's clear. I said the brat is fine. I didn't say that I like the brat like that. I just said I prefer her over her sister.
Really?
Who you like that?
Who I like that? My wife.
Because I thought that you liked Brat like that.
I do, but now don't mean. I mean, she.
You do, you don't.
There is a
You in, you out.
So shut up, Donna. I said there is an attractiveness to the Brat. There is a sexiness to the Brat, especially when she
bad.
Y'all see, she wears stuff sometimes, and I'm like, damn, the Brat is actually decent. So I actually had to raise an eyebrow with the Brat one time in comparison to her sister Lisa, who I just like, she just turns me off. So, ladies, I don't know how y'all feel about this, but I've had this conversation with my wife. We had this conversation on the show. In my personal opinion, women can be fine as all get out. Fine as all get out. But some women, when they open their mouth and start talking, can be a complete turnoff. And in my opinion, that's Lisa Ray for me. Like, Lisa Ray is fine as all get out, but I don't like her personality, her attitude, to save my life. And my wife would go ahead and tell all my business.
She ran down the list.
And Erica, I do.
Oh, okay.
Hold up, Patti LaBelle, you got the old school crush.
Hey, so we had this conversation via text about older women, and Donnell, Patti LaBelle is one of them.
Older women who are
can
bad.
Get it. Yes, Patti can get it. And see, Keisha agrees with me. Keisha said the same thing. Exactly. Yes, Patti with the Patti pies. Miss, I believe I can fly. She, somewhere over the rainbow. Yes, Patti LaBelle. Yes, Patti can get
it. You doing Patti?
Hey.
I mean, Ron Isley's in my list. Like, I love those.
Okay.
Oh, y'all gonna get worms.
Old people give you worms.
How you feel?
Hey, but look, I need to know what the difference is in ages between Angela Bassett and Patti LaBelle.
Between Angela, see, Angela, another one. Angela
Because
Bassett.
Angela could get it.
Angela in her 60s. Patti LaBelle like 93.
He's like 70, almost 80.
70s, 80s.
Yeah, Patty's almost 80.
Patty is
I was close
right now. Patty is 78. Yes, Patty is 78.
I was close.
Lord.
Patty, but she can get. Oh, come on now.
And you breaking her hips.
Hey, I'm stretching her out, and Angela Bassett is 64.
She's already stretched.
I'm
already stretched. Now. You ain't doing nothing.
Hey, I can be gentle. I can be gentle. I'll be gentle. Yes, I can be gentle. Patty, hey, Patty, I'm sorry, my wife is watching.
So look, so Sheena said her old school crush is Ron Isley. What about you, Bethany? Who's your old school crush? Do you have one?
She only said that because of the versus battle.
No, I've always had a special place for Mr. In Between the Sheets. I love Ron Isley.
I don't necessarily have
like
one.
his music.
He would be a top pick. He could be a top pick.
Hey, he sing for me.
So Sheena, is it because recently he does the whole little gray? Now they call them silver foxes.
He's a zaddy. That's what we call him, a zaddy.
A zaddy. Okay. That's a new term for me. Zaddy.
Yeah, I'm not even. So I say, define zaddy. What is the zaddy for those of us guys who want to know?
Who is a zaddy? I would say Ron Isley would be a zaddy. It is a mature, older man that still has a level of swag about him. It still has a level, like he still he look good. He just still has this presence about him. But he's just an older gentleman.
Okay.
I can dig it.
If you say so, I guess. I mean, I said, I got Patty. So
what define older gentleman? Are we talking like you 40 and 50 and you looking at a 60, 70-year-old man, or are you 20, 30 looking at a 40, 50-year-old man?
70s.
60, 70s. Okay.
Yeah. Like you a baby boomer if you like 40, 50.
I'm not a baby boomer.
Wait, Bethany was like, wait a minute. You talking about Method Man is considered a zaddy.
You a zaddy if you got an AARP card.
Hold on. Method Man ain't old.
Method Man ain't old. Method Man can't be considered
then
a zaddy.
you gotta also think about
you had your
Method Man compared to this generation. Like Method Man is older compared to what the kids is listening to now. So he would be considered.
Method Man's 52. There's a bunch of 50 some odd people that can get it. I mean, so Method Man's 52. That's not old. Now Nicole said Denzel Washington. So is that old Denzel or that young Denzel? Nicole, is that old Denzel or that young Denzel? Because he's like 10 years older than me. Okay, so to Sheena's point, then I guess he's 52.
So it depends on that person. So I would say at least 10 to 15 years older than that person.
Makes that person a zaddy.
A zaddy.
That
and
swag.
they got those characteristics.
Okay. So Donnell, you got blue pills over there? You getting your zaddy? Is that what you doing? Donnell,
he got his zaddy bag.
Donnell, you a zaddy too?
And you can have it for $29.95. Also a salesman. It's like, nah.
I'm not. Hey, Donnell, do you have word to the wise for the night?
I got word to the wise. You know what I'm saying? Since we have a audience, I'm gonna keep it like today. No.
Hold on. So before we get into word to the wise, Sheena and Bethany, like I said, we do this show. This is y'all sneak peek into the behind the closed doors of a man cave. We talk about it all. Donnell comes up with words. We have man code. We got word to the wise. Word to the wise can be something for men and or women. Usually they are for women, and it is Donnell's way of telling y'all what he thinks about y'all. So let's not hold back today, Donnell.
Okay, hold on. Let me clarify that. It's not what he thinks about y'all. It's when he catches stuff that just ain't right.
That part.
Okay.
Don't hold back. We in Ohio State, so we guess.
Yeah.
Bring it.
Ladies,
word to the wise. Ladies. I repeat, y'all cannot have ashy kneecaps wearing distressed jeans.
What?
Looking like your knees was Clorox too.
Okay. I will agree with you on that.
I was like, wait a minute. The whole leg be ashy, and you can see right through the daggone denim.
You have a story to tell with this?
Yeah.
I tell you,
I mean, it's not really. It's so for me, like it's not really like stories that you know what I'm saying. It's just like
a bad experience.
Not even a bad experience, but just just being very observant. You know what I'm saying? How people step out the house. You know what I mean? Like if you really like watch people, you be like, come on, man, you just didn't do that, did you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, people really do that now. Men and women step out the house.
Yeah,
crazy.
Yes,
it's crazy.
It's not just women.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is true, but see, the thing is, you know what I'm saying? Once upon a time, we had man code. So I think for me, it was word to the wise because I had, told her, I said, well, maybe we should do something for the ladies to kind of like do something different. You know what I mean? I'm not, like it's all jokes for me, but I normally try to like get, gear it more towards women than in general. But yeah, you're right. Like, cause I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like if I ain't wearing shorts, I'm notorious. If, I might shower and just lotion right here and be out. So when I take my pants off,
why this episode is so needed.
Yes, I see that all the time. Yeah. Oh my god!
Yeah, so you don't lotion your. We're gonna talk about that because we talked about men's self-care today, and I had no clue that Donnell does not lotion his damn, but he lotions what can be seen.
I didn't say. Listen.
Okay, listen, Linda.
You know what I'm saying? Because I guarantee you, I probably do more than you do.
I'm gonna leave that one alone for us a whole. You probably do. You probably do lotion areas a lot more than I do. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. That's what he got it. So with that being said, let's go to our next commercial so we can get into our topic for the night.
Hey, it's your girl Tia Robertson. I'm the host of Entrepreneur Insider. Right here on IETV every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern for entrepreneurs and news that you need to know about. See you there.
Welcome back. We appreciate y'all for tuning in to a brand new live episode of Millionaire M.A.N Cave. Do not forget that y'all can actually like, share, and subscribe. So like us on Facebook, share it on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube. If you have not actually joined the Relationship Entertainment Television YouTube channel, make sure y'all actually join the Relationship Entertainment Television YouTube channel by just typing in search. Click the like button, click the subscribe button, and that way you actually get notified each and every time a brand new episode of Millionaire M.A.N Cave, Women's Champ, Entrepreneur Insider, what's going on, all the shows that you just seen commercials for 2.5 seconds ago, y'all can actually get notified each and every time a brand new episode comes out. If you are not actually watching on one of our other streaming channels, i.e. Roku, you can watch us on Roku. You can watch us on our website, re-tv.net. Y'all don't forget, y'all can be a part of almost all of our shows. And by simply just joining, participating in conversation. As you can see, Keisha's done it, Nicole's done it. There's a few other people do it each and every week for all the different topics that all our different shows have. We are a Black-owned network. So we were talking about BET earlier, not being Black-owned, trying to be rebought by either Tyler Perry or my man Byron Allen. RETV is a Black-owned network, owned by yours truly. So we are trying to give, more spotlight to more Black businesses, more Black shows, more Black content creators. We actually I was just in contact with another gentleman who actually does short films, who's actually in school currently. And so for those who are in school, we allow people to play their short films here on the network. We played some of his short films before, so he has a brand new one coming out. I'll let y'all know what that is later. But he has a brand new one coming out that will actually be airing on the network next week. So don't forget, y'all can actually watch several different ways. So y'all can watch the Roku, y'all can watch on your phones, because we do have an app as well. So if you want to download the app, you can download it for either for your Android, or if you want the people that got iPhones, for your iPhone. And you got an iPhone, download for your iPhone too. But yeah, make sure y'all subscribe to the Relationship Entertainment Television YouTube channel there that way as well. Tonight, we do have special guests on because we are talking about a very needed topic, as we just found out that some people don't lotion. We are talking about men's self-care, and actually John. So tonight, ladies, you got 3 of the 4 guys that actually on here. John, aka Mr. PC, is usually on, and he was saying that this is actually his favorite topic. So he is actually mad that he is not with us tonight. He's actually doing a family thing in Florida, as he told us earlier. He is about 60, 70 degrees. Shout out to his son, my godson, Wyatt, on his birthday from like a day or two ago. So shout out to him. It was Saturday. So shout out to him. But we're talking about men's self-care. This topic came about for a couple different reasons. Specifically because men, we do need self-care. I had the pleasure, my wife actually sent me, I've been going through some things lately that we'll probably may or may not talk about later. I don't know. But and my wife decided she wanted to send me for opportunity for me to feel better. And so she actually sent me to Miss Bethany Butler to get a massage, which was like phenomenal. Like phenomenal.
Thank you.
And yeah, it was fun. Shut up down there. And so Bethany shared some information with me that I will have her share with y'all in just a few moments. That said, yo, we really have to have this conversation about men's self-care because men can use self-care a lot more than than what we do. Women all the time, they got their what's me time, and they go to the spa, they get their nails done, they get their hair done, all those different things that women do. And us guys, we usually don't. We're usually the ones who are just constantly going, trying to keep the ship afloat. And we usually don't have an opportunity to do self-care. So I wanted to have a conversation tonight about self-care. So I invited Miss Bethany and Miss Sheena Pickett on air with us tonight. So welcome again, ladies. Let's start with Miss Bethany only because I'm going in alphabetical order. Tell us about your business, Bethany and Pickett. Tell us who you are and about your business.
My name is Bethany Butler. I am a Charlottean. I'm from Charlotte, have been here all my life. My business is Opulence Men's Massage and Wellness, where I serve men from all backgrounds, and I provide therapeutic massage to wherever you're at in your wellness journey. I started my business to honor the memory of my husband. He had several health issues. He eventually passed from heart disease. He was a recovering alcoholic. He suffered from anxiety and depression based upon the different medications that he had. He probably took about 20 to 23 different medications at any one time, going through his journey, his health journey. And so I wanted to provide a space for men where they could come and just have time for themselves. I know with him, sometimes going to the barbershop was not always conducive to the right conversation for him. And I noticed when he felt his best, we received that at home. He was more engaged, he was more patient. And when I look around, I just don't find a place like that for men. So when men come to Opulence Men's Massage and Wellness, it's just not about coming in and receiving that service. I actually sit down and I have a conversation with you, letting you know about my business. I believe in 5 pillars of health. There's spiritual, financial, mental, emotional, and physical. If you're not balanced in all those areas, if you're suffering in any one of those areas, then something or someone around you is going to suffer as well. So I just believe in a very holistic approach to healthcare. I do know that medication can be helpful, but it's not always the best source.
Okay. Appreciate you for joining us tonight.
That's what's up?
Definitely. As you can see, Nicole, my wife just said, Bethany, thank you for sharing your skills with me.
You're welcome.
The experience made a difference. It did make a difference. It definitely did. Miss Sheena Pickett, tell us about your business, please.
Well, my name is Sheena Pickett, and I am the owner and operator of Alpha Male Nail Care. I am a licensed pedicurist that focuses on the health and wellness of men's feet and hands. I've been in business for over a decade, and basically I'm here to help men from all walks of life put their best foot forward. My initial why was growing up with brothers and my dad, who, as most men, just work. His only self-care was going to a barbershop. Then he dealt with diabetes later on in his life. And so foot care and diabetes, he dealt with amputation operations. And so, and his podiatrist did not want him to go to a traditional nail salon. So I took it upon myself to get licensed, work with his podiatrist so that I could begin to take care of his feet. And then just opened up the idea that there's men out here that love getting manicures and pedicures, but don't like going to your traditional nail salons. Or, you know, you might go with your wife, but you love it, you love the service, but you definitely don't want to keep going back with your wife. And so I just thought that maybe changing the atmosphere. So when you say man cave, our locations are barbershop based man caves where we provide manicures and pedicures in a comfortable but masculine atmosphere.
That's what's up. I like that.
Right. So, like before the show is over with, we will get everybody y'all's information. And for those who are rewatching this at a later point in time, you'll be able to catch it in the comments, all that good stuff for both Bethany as well as Sheena, if you are in the Charlotte area. And as I always say, for those who are out there who actually have businesses similar, I'm not a hater. There's room enough for everybody. Put your stuff in the chat, and we'll be able to put that out there as well. But tonight we are specifically focusing on men's healthcare. And men's self-care, shall I say? And actually, my first for Donnell and Donnell and Mike. Do y'all actually practice self-care?
I try.
So, yeah, I try to get me time in watching movies and stuff. But as far as self-care and taking care of myself, I have gotten manicures and pedicures before, but I stopped getting pedicures because, both, because I would get them at the same time. But I stopped because my feet are too damn ticklish, and I can't take it. when they mess with my feet, I can't take it. So I haven't been back there. And the massages, I haven't gotten a massage since I've been married. Last massage I had was by a therapist and who was a friend of mine, and she grazed my nuts and things went from there. So I have not had a massage. I haven't had a massage since I've been married.
And Donnell hesitated. You said no, not really. Donnell, what you say? I'm asking. What'd you say?
I said I try to. Okay. But you know what I'm saying. I guess for me, like self-care doesn't necessarily mean, you know what I'm saying, massage, manicure, pedicure.
True.
It's whatever makes me happy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And so I do try to practice that at most of the time anyway.
Gotcha. Okay.
But you ain't about to have my toes, man. You ain't about to have my feet looking crazy.
Dudes walk around with crusty toes too. So, all right. So, I said dudes. I didn't say other than dudes in general. Some dudes walk around with some. Matter of fact, I see, and we're gonna show it
with their feet out too.
See, Dagnab, I wasn't gonna do this until later, but I'm gonna go ahead and bring it up now. Where is it? Because on Sheena's page, I was like, "Yo, there's somebody." Please tell me, Sheena, and I'm scared because I don't want to get you in trouble. If I show this picture, will it get you in trouble, Sheena?
No, it won't. It's only from the ankles down.
Okay. So,
whoa.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What's that show that come on after Dr. Pepper Pop? That's my foot.
Yeah. So, like I said, dudes got
this
some.
Is a client. This is a client of one of y'all?
Mm-hmm.
Shorty.
Oh my God.
I hope you charge him extra.
That's a dude foot?
That is a man's foot, yes. He dealt with
like a dragon claw.
psoriasis. He hadn't been in since COVID, so that was probably like 2, almost 3 years.
Ooh, that looked like he ain't done nothing to himself since COVID.
And and a lot of times we only see men come in for his birthday. So for their birthday, that's really a lot of the times men feel like that's the only time they should be able to cater to themselves or be celebrated. So she said, I'm brave. um, but yeah, so that was probably like 3 years of him not doing anything to his feet.
Damn,
And
I
then
could
on
tell.
his birthday,
Literally,
he wanted to do some self-care on his birthday.
he literally did
Oh my
absolutely
God.
nothing to his feet. Yeah. So why? So why? I know Bethany, you and both of y'all explained why specifically like men, but why not women? Like, why wouldn't like you like? And I saw there's a video you have on your Instagram page, Sheena, where you said that's a question that's usually asked of you. Like, why not women? Why only men?
Well,
Because there's a huge. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Beth.
the same thing that women have a plethora of options
Yes.
to go and have themselves pampered to and taken care of. I grew up with men. I grew up, most of my cousins are guys. I watched my grandfather and my uncles raise families, and I watched them be men. So that's what I know. That's what I'm familiar with. I get along great with women, but I just felt the need that particularly African American men needed a place that they can come that's specifically for them, about them, and caters to them to make them feel like, we see you, you're important. We need you in our communities and we need you in our homes. So for me, it was very important. And just another little bit of backstory, when I thought of my idea, I had never seen anything like that. It wasn't until I actually saw Sheena's Instagram page when I was still in corporate, and I saw her Instagram page, and I literally sat at my desk and cried because
Mm.
I had this idea but didn't know how it was going to come to fruition. And I'm like, oh, nobody's going to be interested in this. So when I saw her Instagram page, it just really inspired me to like, okay, you can do this.
Dope, dope, dope.
Bless you.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what's
And,
up.
and just to piggyback off of that, like the lane is wide open. Like I tell other beauty and grooming professionals, like or business owners, you should definitely start tapping in to the men, because there's this term called the great groom boom, where straight men are beginning to look for services that cater to them, that are serving them, that's providing them with masculine atmospheres. Our industry, as far as grooming, it's projected to be like 80 to $100 billion industry in the next 5 to 10 years. But it's simply because there's a huge gap. The messaging has always been beauty is catered to women. Nails, skin, hair, all of that marketing message has always gone towards women. But what a lot of guys don't know is, and I tell this story all the time, is that self-care originated from men. One of the first pages in our nail technology book is that before men would go to war in Africa and the Chinese civilization, they would take baths, they would do massages, they would meditate, and that was how they prepared for war. And they
Wow.
would color their nails with the dyes of berries to identify what tribe they were with. In the case that they were killed in battle, you would be able to identify what tribe they were with. And it was like Napoleon, he had a pedicurist that was with him, because back in the day, Jesus walked everywhere. So, and even in the Bible, Jesus got his feet washed by a woman who dried his feet with her hair.
With
So
her hair.
pedicures
Yeah.
have been with us for a very long time. But women, I feel like Nefertiti and the Cleopatras was like, oh, that's cute, and it ran with it. And the marketing, and then how women, we gravitate towards something, and it just became what considered to be the norm. But men were the originator, and you had to be in a certain level of royalty to get exposed to self-care, because most people didn't have time to take the time to rest, take baths, get access to oils, put makeup on, and things of that sort. So it was a part of an elite class of people that got to enjoy these services. So And that's why I did it. Because the lane is super wide open. Plus, like Bethany said, I saw my father who never, I don't think he ever in his lifetime got a massage, got a facial, but he took on that, gotta work hard, strong men. They don't get manicures, pedicures, they or didn't wasn't even exposed to it. So I think it's my responsibility to at least just expose more men to a different way of thinking and to be able to shift their mindsets.
Gotcha.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
pretty dope. I mean, that's pretty. First of all, she just educated the hell out of me because I had no clue about the painting of the nails and the stuff that they used to do before going out in the battle. And yeah, you just gave me a whole education lesson, like this for 2.5.
Yeah.
Do y'all actually? So I'm glad. Matter of fact, Keisha asked. Well, she made a comment that actually sparks another question. Do you see a lot more older or a lot more younger guys coming in for self care, whether it's massages or the whole nail industry thing?
I see a mixture. Some of my clients are older. Some of them are young as 26, 27. But definitely probably between the ages of 35 and 45.
Gotcha.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yes, and likewise, and shout out to Keisha. Her son is one of my clients, and I believe I started seeing Jalen at like 13. And now I'm starting to see more fathers and sons, more fathers bring their sons that are teenagers, high school, and to them, imagine you getting a manicure, pedicure at 13, 14. You're not unpacking a bunch of layers of stuff that, they just come in, chill. It's a part of hygiene to them. So I'm seeing like 13-year-olds to people in their mid 60s and 70s. So I'm seeing a range of generations that are starting to tap in and understand it's not about your sexuality, it's about hygiene.
I was actually getting ready to make a comment about that, and I don't know if Donnell or Mike remembers this, but back in the day, if you got for a guy anyway, if a guy got their nails or their hair or whatever case done, they were considered or well groomed. Let me say that they were considered metrosexuals.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that was about what 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is that still a thing? Like metrosexuals with who are considered themselves to be well groomed?
I don't think so. I think some guys, they're just starting to be very more aware of how they feel, how they want to look, how they want to present themselves to the world, and how they want to feel. And I don't necessarily think there's anything wrong with that. And again, I take the concept that I see is I think about my grandfather and my uncles. They weren't metrosexual. They were just men and they wanted to look good and they wanted to feel good. And that's what they did. They didn't go anywhere and they were not dressed and they didn't smell good. They didn't have haircuts. They just didn't do it. You just didn't see them not do that.
Gotcha.
Right. Yep, absolutely. And I don't even think that's a thing anymore. Like I feel like men are redefining what masculinity means to them.
Yes.
I feel like
Good.
men are starting to understand that they can't give from an empty cup. So they understand that, I need to be full before I can serve my community, go on that job, take care of my family and my kids. So I think the mentality is changing around what grooming is, and the face of self-care is starting to be, it's different, and everybody's in front of the camera and you don't want to have ashy face and chapped lips, and people want the social media is changing that because we're all in front of the camera now, so we
That's
want to
important.
look our very best.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. You're absolutely right, Sheena. With the way the world is going now, with social media and everybody's on camera, you want to look your best.
Yeah.
That's right.
And so the thing that kills me though is us guys or guys in general. We've talked about this on the show. All struggle with even just getting self-care, like Donnell said. It may not necessarily be physically, but it could be also mentally. And and guys are the biggest ones who were like, "Nah, I don't need to go see a therapist. I don't need a life coach. I don't need none of that stuff." So yeah, I would think it would be even more difficult for them to go into a massage salon or a nail salon and feel comfortable. And I've done both. I've had my hand in my nails, my nails done, my feet and my hands done, and my obviously, like I said, I've been to Bethany as far as a massage is concerned. But is it difficult when guys come in for a massage or they're coming to get their nails done for you to make them feel comfortable, or or do you see guys come in and feel kind of like apprehensive, like, I just come to check this out because my wife sent me and I'm going back home?
You have to peel back the layers.
I think it depends. For me, it depends on the guy. Usually when the wife has booked an appointment, sometimes they don't know until they get here, which is why I always make it a point to sit down and have a conversation. Because as soon as I touch you, I'm going to know whether or not you're comfortable. And I'm going to feel it. I'm going to feel it in your body. If you're tense, I'm going to feel it. And I'm going to tell you about it. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to need you to take a breath. I need you to relax. I need you to be comfortable in the session so that I can do the work that I'm called to do. And I truly believe that I'm a healer when I touch you. You're going to feel it. So I have a conversation. I ask them if they've had a massage before. How do they feel about it? What is their expectation? I tell them what to expect. So by the time generally we finish having that conversation, it's like, well, okay, I'm ready for this. I mean, Ty, you came in. How did you feel about that experience?
I feel great. Like I said, it caught me off guard because I've had people come in my house and give massages. I've been to other massage salons, big companies and small companies and so forth. And I've never had somebody actually sit down and was like, okay, so let's talk about you for a quick second. Like, how are you doing? Is there anything you specifically want to get off your chest? It didn't have to do nothing with this massage session if you don't want it to be. We can talk about whatever it is you want to talk about, during your time here, because I want you to feel comfortable. So I was like, yo, this is pretty dope. Like, I've never experienced something like that before. And so like I felt comfortable, coming in. I wasn't hesitant to begin with, but I felt very comfortable once we sat down and had the conversation and all of that good stuff.
And that's usually the case with most men that come. After that conversation, they're ready to, get on the table. And if I have to say so myself, I have a really nice comfy table. So by the time they lay on the table, like, yeah, I'm ready. Yeah.
I love it.
Sheena, do you have hesitancy with guys once they get, or do you have to set the atmosphere once they come in? Because especially with the nails, because nails is different than, in my opinion, than getting massages. Nails is something visible that people see. So if another dude see another dude with nails, and especially now in this homophobic society that we had a whole conversation last week about LGBTQIA and all that other stuff. But a lot of people are very homophobic. And they say, "Oh, you got your nails painted. You gay, or or you ain't got your nails done. You this, that, and the third." Is that something that you have to deal with when people come get guys come get their nails done?
Well, I strategically partner with barbershops, so men automatically feel comfortable walking into that atmosphere. And the way that our space is set up, we have like a man cave environment towards the back of the barbershop. So, and it's got 2 recliners. We have a bar. We got a television. So it's very much like them being in their own living room. Yes, Millionaire Mike.
So y'all serve liquor?
Yes, we have our liquor license.
That's what's up.
I don't serve liquor. Let's be clear.
Yes.
Yeah. Bethany told me to go home.
Bethany, you can't.
No, I don't do that. That's an absolute.
Yeah.
But when you get a massage, you gotta drink, you gotta hydrate. So
you got water.
You gotta have plenty of water for you. You can have some water.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, Mike, some alcohol.
Yeah. What you doing?
Hey, I'm not a massage guy, so.
But those elements.
If the massage is that good, you might not want the alcohol. So Bethany, you might need a firearm.
I never said I didn't have one.
That part.
Let's be clear.
Yes, indeed.
I know who I'm working with.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
So you were saying, Sheena?
But yeah, just those special touches like man cave atmosphere, partnering with barbershops, having a bar, sports on the TV, recliners, those things totally like change their mind from thinking it like if you think nail salon, and I don't even like telling guys I have a nail salon. I usually say barbershop based man cave because it automatically retrains their mind. But yeah, most of our first timers come from their wives. The wives will schedule their appointments and won't tell them until they drop them off. And then once they get into the space, they're like, oh, what is this? And then like, Beth said, you make them feel comfortable. I have them have a seat, take your socks and shoes off. Once I recline that chair, within 20-30 minutes, they usually knocked out and sleep by the time that, you know, because men are so tired, and like to be able to be given permission to just relax and in an atmosphere that they're comfortable. Plus, most of our clientele is Black and brown, so they see me and they automatically like decrease their defenses. And next thing you know, they waking up and like, man, that was an amazing experience. So it's definitely, I've been strategic about creating an environment that helps men to just settle in and not and eliminate a lot of those anxieties.
So with that being said, then Sheena, I know you say you're in the back, usually partner with or in the back of barbershops. So do you usually get that barbershop talk or that man cave talk back where you are when you're doing guys' nails and feet and stuff? Or, you know, and consider like that's like, in my opinion, that's an experience that all young Black men should have. That barbershop atmosphere at some point in their life, just to be able to be around the guys, talk mess, talk sports, talk, you know, whatever. And a lot of, they say, goes into the barbershop, stays in the barbershop. Mm-hmm. So do you usually get a little bit of that as well when or do they say, oh, we got a lady in the house, we can't, you know, we reserving some of our conversation?
No, we let like what goes, that's one of our man cave commandments. What goes on in the man cave stays in the man cave. But they're more open to talk to us about, like, yeah, there's a perception that you have in the barbershop, but then when they come in and it's like a private setting, no more than like 2 chairs, and this me and another female nail tech, I mean, we hear about everything, relationships, what's going on the job. I mean, I feel like the conversation is a little bit more, it's deeper and more layered because they have the opinion of a female to listen to them, and a lot of times the things that they talk about with us, they not able to really comfortably talk about in a barbershop, you know, atmosphere. So I feel like our conversation is a little bit more saturated. We have a 5-star Google reviews, and one of the main words in most of our reviews is that the conversation is fire, because they get to talk about other layers of, you know, topics that might not go off as well in a barbershop atmosphere.
And men want to be heard.
Yes.
Men want to be heard.
Do.
If given the time and opportunity, they want to be heard. They want to be able to express how they truly feel without judgment.
And that's what I was going to ask you, Bethany, because when I did come to you, that was one of the things you said was, hey, if there's anything you want to talk about, like, you know, you just want to get stuff off your chest, feel free to do so. Like, so are guys really opening up during their massage sessions?
Some of them do.
Men want to be acknowledged.
Yeah. And so, and it's not like, and just like I told you when you came, it's not necessarily that you want my opinion. You just want to be heard, and somebody say, well, oh, okay, that sounds good. Because 9 times out of 10, you already know what you're going to do. You already know what you're going to do. You just want to hear it out in the universe just a little bit to be like, okay, that sounds pretty good. I'm going to go with that. So, no, yeah, they want to be heard. They want to be acknowledged. They want a safe, just like Nicole is saying now, they want a safe space. And sadly, but it's so true, some men don't have that at home. Mm-hmm. They don't have it at home. So when they go to Sheena or they come here and they have that time to really express themselves and be free, when they go home, they're just so much better with their families. It's like, got that off. Mm-hmm. So let me go deal with whatever else I got to go deal with, whether it's the job, the kids, the wife, or what have you. There is just such a big relief.
Yep. And several of my clients have been like, their wives haven't even seen their feet. So it's a whole other, like, we're basically in a relationship sometimes because they are exposing themselves to me or to our business in a level that they haven't even exposed their wives to. So it's very like safe space, and my hashtag is like helping you put your best foot forward. So that goes back to what Bethany was saying. It's a holistic approach. Like the manicure and pedicure is just a cherry on top, but the ability to be able to unwind mentally, physically, emotionally, take a break, take a sip or something, be able to that hour to watch the game. could be the difference between him shaking the shit out of you or yelling at the kids or, you know, going off on whoever. And even now, our community, as far as Black men, are having a high rate of suicide. So that 1 hour could be the difference between him pulling the trigger or like going to the next level. So it's definitely much more than just the manicure and pedicure.
That's crazy. That's really dope. Like I never really thought of it that way. Like that's so do you have to familiarize yourselves, obviously? And I know, you know, a massage setting is a lot different than the nail salon or barbershop, but do you have to familiarize yourselves with men talk, I guess, for that, you know, for that matter, to be able to relate to them or talk to them about whatever? Or do you just be like, all right, I just listen and just call it a day? You know, I'm just gonna be that ear.
No, I've been around men talk all my life, so nothing you say typically surprises me.
Okay.
If you know, I just roll with it. I just like you give your opinion, I'm gonna give you mine. You might not like it, but I'm gonna give it to you.
Yes. Yeah, and it doesn't make me uncomfortable either. Like, you know, I have great relationships with the men in my life, and I'm well rounded. Like, I like to read, I like to travel, I like to like watch different things. I'm into sports, so I can have a conversation. And really, the key is just listening. I don't have to really know, but and then guys like that I ask questions. So if I don't know, I definitely will ask a question, and that makes him feel, oh my God,
That's even better.
yeah. So even if
I don't know nothing about sports, and if I say explain it to me,
they be like, oh, yes.
We in now.
Just that Virgo energy.
Ooh,
One of y'all must be a Virgo.
Me?
Both of y'all Virgo?
Oh, both. Wow.
Hey, Donnell, why you? Hey, no, I'm about to say, Donnell, you like you had a question of what she was saying. No, because you.
Hey, I do. I want to say I applaud y'all. I am very impressed by what I hear.
So when you going to get your massage and nails and feet done?
I was actually thinking about it. You know,
like Lenny
I
Williams
can't
over
say
there.
I'm putting it in the books, but
He sound like Lenny
heavily
Williams over there.
Love you.
Thinking about it.
So my question to you all, because I'm trying, like, what is going to make you feel like what's going to make you say yes, let me go and get this manicure and pedicure? Because I get people that follow me on social media. Oh, I've been following you for years and years, and then they are just now getting the service. Like, what is the hesitation that's blocking you from, you know, you hear what we're doing, you know, we do good work, you know that we're on your side, like we've given you all the yay, pick me, but what is blocking you from pulling the trigger and scheduling that appointment?
I'll go first. I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
I personally, I don't have a problem. I will say I've been married, 10, almost going on 11 years. My wife introduced me to the whole self-care regimen stuff. Like, I wasn't getting my hand and my nails done. I wasn't getting massages. You know, I had a massage maybe a few times prior to my wife, but it wasn't like on a regular basis. When I got married to my wife, I started going on a regular basis because of her. And when I went with her, it was to, you know, accompany her, like you said, just to go with my wife. And I was like, oh shit, this ain't bad. Like, I can do this. Like, but to know that there is a spot where you can do it when it comes with, you know, you can actually be a man and feel comfortable and be like, oh, okay, there's like TVs on the wall, or, you know, I'm here and I'm talking to my, you know, my massage therapist, and like, that's different. So for me, I had no hesitation personally. Mike, you was about to say?
I was thinking, as far as hesitation with the nails, you know, hands and feet, it's a woman driven, woman based. I don't know how to say it, but it's mostly women. So in a man's mind, it's a woman thing,
right?
You know, and I think a lot of men have to get over that. You know, and especially knowing that there's man space for these things, you know, because like I said, when the 2 times, I think it's been 2, maybe 3 that I've had a mani-pedi, I went with my wife.
Okay, so pause right
quick. Koreans.
pause right quick. Can we call it something? Do you call it something else other than a mani pedi? I think that's another thing. Like you use these things. It's like, yeah, it's a mani pedi. Like, yeah. Hey, Donnell, I had a mani pedi the other day, dog. That don't even sound right. Like,
I mean, that's the reason why I named my business Alpha Male, so other men could be like, "Oh, I found this place called Alpha Male." I named my combos like Groom and Go, Rest and Relax. I got one that's called Help My Feet. Another combo I call Boho is Bros Over Hoes. I mean, just to
wow,
that sounds a lot better than. Hey, Mike, I'm about to go get a mani pedi. I'm gonna call you back.
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
it does.
It's being creative in those names, because I do know it's about lyrics as far as like the language that you say. And it's marketing as far as like some of the things that I do try to incorporate, like some of our drinks. Like we got a drink called Zaddy or the Alpha Rita. Just kind of just everywhere that I can put some touch of masculinity, I try to do that so men can feel like this space it belongs to them.
So let me try this.
I need to put you on my Facebook.
Let me try this one right quick, Donnell. Let me try this one right quick. Hey, Donnell, I'm about to go get stretched out by Bethany tonight. How that? No. Okay. No.
By Bethany.
By Bethany. I'm about to go get stretched out by Bethany.
First of all, that was man code. You know what I'm saying? Like, no woman should be stretching no man out. You know what I'm saying?
Well, technically, I do.
Okay.
Right, but that's between you and him.
Yeah. So, like Sheena, I try to have my services named appropriately. Abundant healing, rest and relaxation, a sports stretch. I do a sports stretch. I do table tie, which is compression and stretching as well. So you do try to make the services sound appealing to men, so that if they do happen to have that conversation, it's not like, oh, okay. All right, bro.
Yes.
So the first thing that comes to my mind for a man is necessity. But you know what I'm saying? What I also heard was you might be targeting the wrong people, because it sounded like Ty and Mike both didn't get one or didn't do these things until like their wife introduced it to them.
And that's another thing. I say that when men come in too, typically men do not take care of themselves unless they have a significant other or someone that cares about them. And that was one of the things I noticed about my husband. My husband passed at the age of 45, but the way that he lived his life, had he not been married to me, he probably would have died 30 or 31. But because he had someone that cared enough about him to say, hey, you need to stop doing this. Hey, you need to switch up some things. I need you to change your mindset about some things. That helped him to extend his life, because he had someone that was championing for him. But what I want men to understand is, even if you don't have someone that's champion for you, you can do it for yourself, and it's okay. It's absolutely okay for you to take care of yourself. It's absolutely okay for you to have feelings. It's absolutely okay for you to express yourself, or to say, you know what, I need a damn break. I'm gonna go over here and get my damn feet worked on. Or I'm gonna go and get a massage today because I need a break. Men are facing so many stresses in life. You have, and if you are really a true man and you taking care of your family, you worried about your work, you worried about your wife, you worried about your kids. Is the roof gonna stay over our head? We got enough money for the future things coming up. So you need that time for yourself.
To Mike's point earlier, I really appreciate what it specifically steps out to me about the two of you is that I appreciate that you all are willing to hear us. I think that is a thing that we've had conversations about privately and publicly on this show, is that sometimes we don't feel heard as men. We don't feel quote unquote special as men. It's like, if we say something, it's like, well, what about me? And it's like, well, damn, we just like, did you even hear what we just said? And so to hear women say, hey, we're taking the time out to hear men, we're taking the time out to, and I don't want to say this word, please don't take it the wrong way, please don't beat me up for it, cater to men. You know,
there's
so
a whole
I'm
song
not
about it.
catering to nothing. I know Beyonce, but I don't want to cater to nobody. But you know, I mean, your services are catering to men. It's appreciated. Like it real talk. It really is appreciated because a lot of us don't do it. We don't know to do it. We don't want to do it because of ego or the way it may look to. Like I said, I gave hey Donnell, I'm about to go get stretched out. Yeah, you can't say that, or I'm about to go get my mani petty. So it's a lot of those things makes us not want to do them. So that was, I guess, to answer your question from earlier. That is a hesitancy for a lot of people for those reasons.
I think that's important to keep having these types of conversations as we continue to have them. And people men hear Sheena and I talk about it. It makes them more comfortable to be like, oh, okay, yeah, I might try that because it's from a different perspective.
So do you have any clients who have who's actually come back, or as my wife put in the comments earlier, thank you, because she has been able to see a difference? Do you have those type of client testimonies that come back to you personally, not just put on Google for the sake of everybody seeing it, but have come back to you and say, hey Beth, hey Sheena, I really appreciate it because I really was about to go home and shake the shit out of my kids.
That's why I said I was gonna shake the shit out of my kids. They do appreciate it. And they a lot of times when they get off the table, they'll say, I didn't know that I needed that time to myself until I was actually on the table. And they're sitting in the chair and they're looking at me with that massage glaze look like, hey, I gotta go home. Yeah, you gotta go home. Or dang, I should have had an Uber. Probably. You still gotta go. But they appreciate it. And not only that, I've had some other wives, comment and say, thank you so much. He came home a completely different person, than what I've seen over the last couple of weeks. So and that makes it worthwhile for me to know that I am touching lives in a way that's changing the dynamic of what's going on at home. Because if I'm changing that dynamic of what's going on at home between the husband and the wife or the girlfriend, then we have unity, which then leads to community.
I like that.
Yeah, I do too. Yes, I'm gonna use that, Beth.
Unity leads to community.
Yes. I mean, and then it's just like it's an instant transformation for us. I mean, like you saw the video from my Instagram, like when he looks at his feet and his lady look at his feet.
Is there after video?
God, yeah, the video, it goes into an after. But it's an instant transformation, and we get a lot of first timers, so we're completely blowing their mind of what they thought it was going to be versus what it is. And men are very result benefits, like what am I getting out of this? So to be able to immediately, when they look at how they came in versus how they walk out and how they feel and their hands feel and look and their feet and how they walk, that resonates with them long after the appointment. And like with Beth, how they feel, their structure and their body and that ease and that tension, that feeling goes with them long after they leave our table or our chair. So it's definitely, I feel like we're doing some, like we saving souls, no pun intended, but I'm saving souls over here. And it's really like a blessing for me to know that this is the gift that I can give back to my community.
Let me tell you,
that don't sound like a roughneck at all.
But Bethany, you were to your testament, when you're able to get a man to open up, when you're able to get a man to relax, ease up, and open up, that's a 100. That's gold.
It really is, and that's something I saw in my husband, and I see a lot of that. Just when I'm out and about, and you're watching a dynamic of men and women, and you can see the frustration, and you can feel the frustration in that man because you can see that he's not being seen. He's not being seen. He's not being heard. He's not being acknowledged. So now the dynamic between you two is because he's not receiving what he needs to be able to give you what you need. And it goes both ways. It's a give and take. And those were just things that I learned over time. And I specifically want us to have community back. I really, really do. I grew up in community with my grandparents and my aunts and uncles, and I don't see that now. And that's a way of life that has been lost. And if we're gonna have African American communities back, we have to have some of that. We need the men in our communities, and I want to support men to be like, you know what? I'm not throwing you away. I don't care what society says. I've seen examples of what Black men can do and what they should be doing, and I believe that it can be had again. So I believe in you.
Wow. Yeah. Oh my God. I'm with that for sure. Cause that could be a whole nother that could be a whole
share how we get up with y'all.
Yeah, that could be a whole another separate show. So actually, so we're gonna start with Sheena because Sheena, I had to sit here as you were talking. I was trying to stomach this video video page just so we can get to the after, because Nicole asked earlier where was the after, and so I was sitting there trying to stomach this so we can get to the after. So while I bring this video up, please tell us about your business. How can people get in contact with you? I'm going to show the rest of your we got to see this after video at the same time. So tell people how they can get in contact with you, all that good stuff.
Well, once again, thank you so much for having me on your platform. My name is Sheena Pickett, owner of Alpha Male Nail Care. You can find us on social media platform at @alphamale_nail care. Our website is at Alpha Male Nail Care on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all your favorite social platforms. We are based in the Charlotte location, in Charlotte, North Carolina. We have 2 locations, fully staffed. We got liquor license, and it is a man cave environment. And we are here to help you put your best foot forward.
Dope. Oh, that's the put your best foot forward. I like that one. I just thought about that. I was like, wait, feet and putting stuff in. Right. But so I'm like, y'all can see I'm on her Instagram page, Alpha Male _nail care. She is in Charlotte. Make sure, again, all the stuff will be in the notes and stuff on YouTube and Facebook and so forth.
One last thing. We're also hosting a whiskey tasting with Uncle Nearest at the end of the month, March 31st. Yes, so that we have male-centric events. And so at the end of this month, if you are in the Charlotte area, we will be hosting a whiskey tasting with Uncle Nearest. They're doing an HBCU challenge to raise $1 million to fund HBCUs. So please, all that information is on our Instagram and the link in our bio. You can RSVP. We'll have appetizers, cigars, and of course the whiskey.
Gotcha.
That's dope. That is awesome.
That is dope. Yeah, for sure. So yes, y'all make sure y'all please get in contact with Sheena, so that way y'all can get y'all's feet in y'all's hands done. I was just doing her Instagram page. Miss Bethany,
I'm feeling tight too, Bethany.
I'm about to say, Miss Bethany, please tell us how
people hands are certified.
Damn.
It is. So how do we get in touch?
Certified.
You can get in touch with me at Opulence Men's Massage on Instagram and Facebook. I am in the Charlotte area. I'm on Monroe Road. Definitely reach out to me, DM me, ask me questions. If there's anyone listening in the area that is a barbershop or any form of business that would love for me to come in and service their clients or their employees, I do offer chair massage events. And so you can get a touch of what I do with my hands that may make you want to come to my studio here on Monroe Road.
I will say I am a walking testimony for Miss Bethany. I have my wife sent me to Miss Bethany about 2 weeks ago, I guess now. Yeah, about 2 weeks ago. And my first time, it was my first time meeting her. I don't know if you remember, my wife told me that we actually met at a comedy show here in Concord, right outside of Charlotte.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And we actually met then.
Okay, I remember that in Concord.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So we actually met then. So that and Nicole had a question for you, Sheena. I'm gonna have her answer and just have you answer in just a few moments. But I want Bethany to make sure she finished telling us how we can get in contact with her.
Yes.
Yeah, just like I said, you can click the link in my bio on Instagram or Facebook and reach out to me. Send me questions, DM me. I'm new to technology, so be patient. It took me a little while to get on, but I got it.
Yes.
But yes, I do personally recommend Bethany. So again, that was my personal testimony.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
Bethany. Thank you for having me. It's been wonderful.
So Sheena, I think Nicole was asking you.
Yes, so she described the rest and relax. The rest and relax is of course, you get the manicure and the pedicure, but we just do a longer extended massage, and we use a golf ball technique to kind of get deeper into those pressure points. So that's what the rest and relax is. So there's the groom and go. That's where our regulars, they come in often, they groom and go. Then the rest and relax is like a little longer than the groom and go. It's a step up, but we focus on the relaxation and the massage portion. And then the help my feet is what you saw in that picture. So
yes, you helped his feet. Yes,
there's degrees to it. But one thing me and Bethany, we do pampering pop-ups at cigar lounges. So she brings her chair massage out, and we do, and then me and my team do mini manicures on site at cigar lounges as ways to meet you where you are, as far as meeting the guys where they're at, to bring attention to our business, but also, put me and where they're at, because that might be their first introduction to us, and that will open up the door and plant some seeds that may later grow into, well, I thought that was cool, so let me go take a look at what they're doing. So our pampering pop-ups be fire.
So have y'all been to Tailored Smokes in Concord?
I haven't.
Back in the day, like I went to Taylor Smoke like years ago. Like he was one of my first. We used to do pampering pop-ups in during CIAA, way back in the day. But I have not been to his Concord location. As a patron, yes, but not doing our pampering pop-up.
All right, just curious, since you mentioned cigar lounges, because I know it's a black-owned, cigar lounge.
I know every year we try to do a man cave trip. Dang it, too bad we can't do a man cave trip to Charlotte, but because we can definitely have y'all come through and do the whole. Well, Donnell don't live in Charlotte. Donnell live in the DMV area, and so does Mr. Right. So y'all come on down, and then we will do a man cave trip over to Opulence and as well as Alpha Male.
You can be at the Airbnb. Y'all can have a man cave, event at the Airbnb, and we can show up and show you what we do.
That's what I'm saying. Mr. PC, who's in Florida with his wife and kids now, and Mr. Reasonable, Donnell, y'all come on down and
we'll set the cameras up. What's up? Set the cameras up and do an event.
You can make it a weekend thing.
Yeah, we make it a weekend thing, and we had the ladies come through, and we do a whole men's self-care thing.
Yeah, that would be dope. Honestly, that would be dope.
It would be. We're gonna put it together for real. But we do appreciate y'all ladies for coming through. We went a little bit overtime tonight because I definitely wanted to make sure to give y'all opportunities so guys can figure out how to get in contact with y'all and take care of themselves and so on and so forth as well. But we do appreciate y'all for coming through. We are here each and every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time, so about 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. We do talk about a whole variety of things. Please don't let this be the last time we actually hear from you all. Ladies, we do answer questions from ladies. They send in their video questions and we answer them. We give a male point of view, all that good stuff. So we appreciate y'all for coming through and giving us y'all's expertise and how y'all got into it. Again, it is Women's History Month, so we honor you for that alone, and just for being Black, beautiful women doing the hell of the thing out here for us men. So we appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
And for those who are watching, y'all, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Don't forget, their information will be down below so you can actually get in contact with them. If you're watching via Roku, check it out on re-tv.net. You'll be able to get their information from there or the YouTube channel. But other than that, same place, same time, Tuesdays, 8 p.m., Millionaire Man Cave. We out. Peace.